beautiful friends, my name is Anna. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make my Greek inspired chicken recipe. You can make it on the stove top, you can make it in the oven, or you can make it in the grill. You can just make them into little skewers and it's very delicious, especially now for grill season, which I'm very excited for. For the recipe, you're going to need very simple ingredients. This is a very tangy, citrusy, fresh recipe. I love Greek food, especially in the summer because I find that it's so fresh and delicious. So you're going to need some plain whole milk. Doesn't have to be whole milk, as long as it's plain Greek yogurt. You can use low fat whole milk, whatever you have, as long as it's plain. Can't have any flavoring in it. Red wine vinegar, dried oregano if you have fresh, use fresh. Lots of garlic, lemon juice, dill. I have a little bit of fresh parsley. I just finished recording another recipe and I used a little bit of parsley for garnish. And I wasn't gonna throw it away, so I'm just gonna add it to my marinade, even though I kind of never do, but it's just a tiny bit so it won't hurt. Extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It really doesn't require many ingredients. And you're going to need your chicken. I love to use chicken thighs just because they're a lot juicier, delicious, actually cheaper too. So, chicken thigh, you can use chicken breast if you have. We're gonna work on our marinade very quickly. So, I'm going to chop my parsley. If you're not a huge fan of dill, because I know some people are not, you can add a little bit less and then you can substitute it if you want for a little bit of parsley. If you like that flavor a little bit more, I personally love dill. I didn't at first. It's really a taste that you have to get used to, but now I love it. And I think fresh herbs, if you can, is always the way to go. It just delivers a lot of really nice flavor, but of course if you can use fresh, then just use some dried, like I'm doing with the oregano. So the garlic, I personally like to grate it so I don't bite down on huge pieces of garlic when I'm eating, but you can finely chop it and you're gonna have the same kind of effect. Okay, so we got pretty much everything there. Our vinegar, oregano. I'm going to add my lemon juice. I like to do a whole lemon, but if a whole is too much for you, just do half, maybe a little bit more than half, whatever you want. We're gonna do about 3 tablespoons to a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. What am I missing? Of course, my Greek yogurt. Let me get a little spoon. This is just such a wonderful marinade, and what I love about it is that the Greek yogurt actually tenderizes the meat a little bit. I'm going to add the salt right to the marinade. Good pinch. My black pepper. As little, as much as you like. I'm going to mix this around just a little bit more to combine everything. And now my marinade is ready to go. I'm going to work on my chicken thighs. I'm just gonna cut it into cubes pretty much. You can cut it as you like. You can leave it whole if you like as well. I just like to cut it into bite-sized pieces, kind of like this, and you just throw it into the marinade. You do want all the pieces to be about the same size so they cook together. Okie dokie, this is my last piece. Now this is done. Wait, let me get my cutting board out of here. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just gonna do this with my hands, but you want to coat all of your chicken in this glorious marinade. Okay, now I do like to marinate my chicken. I lost the lid, I was looking for the lid. I do like to marinate just for about 20 to 30 minutes so the flavors can really infuse the chicken a little bit and the Greek yogurt has a chance to, I lost my thought. The Greek yogurt has a chance to tenderize the chicken. Listen, I am getting over a cold and I have not been feeling my best, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get in the kitchen and film because it always makes me feel better. I feel like my thoughts are just like all over the place. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing and I'll be right back to cook it. My chicken has been marinating for a little bit over 30 minutes. So all I'm gonna do now is turn on my heat to medium, and I have, as you can see, it's kind of like a medium to large skillet. I'm gonna let it come to temperature. I want it pretty hot. Now, if you don't want to marinate yours for 30 minutes and you want to marinate it longer, you absolutely can. Just make sure you cover it and you pop it in the fridge and you can marinate it overnight. You can also freeze it just as is. When you're ready to cook it, defrost it, put it in your pan, and you're ready to go. Another great option would be to double the recipe and freeze what you're not using today, and you can just defrost it and pretty much cook it as you would. It is such a good, let me tell you something. If you don't have a lot of time to cook, the freezer is your best friend. I love to make double batches of chicken, any type of kind of like marinade or anything like that. So whenever I'm in a hurry and I need to make something, I know that I don't have to worry about marinating any meat. I can just take it out of the freezer, defrost it, cook it, and I'm ready to go. So that's another quick kind of like tip that I have for you. So my skillet is pretty hot. So now I'm going to pretty much add that chicken to my skillet. I think I'm going to do this in a double batch just because my skillet is not big enough to hold all of that chicken, and I want the chicken to really develop a nice color. As you can see, at first it's going to be very liquidy and steamy, but don't worry, because as soon as all of that liquid kind of evaporates, it's going to start developing some beautiful color. So you saw I didn't add any extra oil to my pan either, just because the marinade has plenty of oil, so you don't need it. So just let it cook like this for about 3-4 minutes. Then we're going to crank up the heat to high and we're gonna let it develop some beautiful color. This is how my chicken is looking so far. So you can see it's no longer super pink, but it's not cooked through yet. Now, at this point, I'm going to bring the heat to high and I'm gonna let it just develop some beautiful color. You're gonna see in just a second what it's gonna look like. Look how beautiful, look how it just transforms once you crank up the heat. So this is done. I'm going to transfer it to my plate. And it's just cook a total of like 6 minutes. It doesn't really have to cook very long at all. Okay, same thing I'm gonna do with the rest of my chicken. This is my second batch, and this chicken just looks so beautiful. If you are tired of plain old boring chicken, you need to make this recipe. Look how beautiful, golden, and delicious. I am gonna grab, okay, wait, that one's too hot. That one's too hot. Okay. Oh, beautiful, flavorful, very tangy, so juicy. The only thing I do regret, I wish I would have done this in my little electric grill outside, because now I have to clean the whole kitchen again because the chicken does splatter, but it's worth it. It's so delicious. Oh, that one's really hot. I hope you guys try it. I hope you like it. It's such a wonderful, delicious recipe. Make it with my lemon rice that should be up on my channel already. A little Greek salad, and you are good to go. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell so it notifies you every time I post a video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.